now I'm like DMing people from that because I kind of want to get them used to reacting to the story. And then I'll start adding in the more real estate type stuff like, oh, hey, I'm going on a listing appointment.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the walkthrough, the most underrated, valuable marketing show in podcast and real estate history. I'm Eric Simon, aka the Broke Agent, aka Click-fil-A.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Except we are open on Sunday. How about that one, Katie? A little food pun there. You like that? Click-fil-A?
I do love some Chick-fil-A. Is that a nickname you made for yourself, or did someone else give that to you?
We can tell Katie doesn't watch the show.
Yes, no, Katie, that is a self-described nickname. No one told me that I was Click-fil-A. And we're joined here by our great co-host out of San Diego, Jason Cassidy, a.k.a. 5 Shares. Get it? Like 5 guys, and he only gets 5 shares on his content.
We're staying on the burger spot.
Yeah, that wasn't...
I see what you did there.
I mean, we're like so many episodes in, it's hard to keep coming up with these. Anyway, we're joined here by 2 amazing guests, one of our most elite crews of all time, I would say.
We have
my good friend, content legend, straight from the 6, Matt Leonetti. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Madness,
March
Matt.
Madness.
Ooh, I like that.
March
and then
Madness,
it's been a while. It's been a while. Out of Houston, the proud owner of the Move Me to Texas brand and one of the fastest growing Instagram accounts in real estate right now, Katie, a post a day.
That's
good. But he's been thinking of that for weeks.
That was good.
That's actually the only reason why you're on the episode, Katie, is for that.
All right,
for that
so
intro.
I can leave now?
Yeah, you can head
I'd love to get my day back.
There we go.
Was that a Stained song that you just did?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I caught that.
No, you did it too high, Eric.
Hold my head up high.
There it is. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Off to a great start.
It's like more like that. It's like
anyway, we have an amazing show for you today. First, we are going to answer the frequently asked question, when is the best time to post? Because we have new data that actually breaks it down. Then we're going to do, Katie, a deep dive on your new Instagram strategy because you have just built an account. I think you said at the beginning of the show, starting in December, you've gained over 8,000 followers in just a few months. And then finally, we're going to kick it to Dr. Leonetti, who just unleashed one of, if not the best listing videos of 2025. We want to see how you do it. What's that?
Crush. I said my arch nemesis this year. He's crushing the game with these listing videos.
Another possible Bammy. If you like the sound of that, smash, obliterate, detonate, destroy, and bludgeon the like button to pieces. I asked Jason for 200 likes last week, and I don't even think we hit 80.
You know what's interesting is I thought we were off to a huge start. We had like 1,000 views by like 6 o'clock Eastern last week. And then it just kind of, it ended with good. We were over 2,000 views, but the likes were only like 60 or 70.
So let's get that number up to 200. Again, let's hit 200 this week. All you got to do is like this video on YouTube. And if you leave a comment, we will pick a winner. And Jason and I will do a private Zoom with your office and your team. But you have to leave a like and you have to comment. Okay, let's get into topic number 1, the best time to post on social apps. We do have the data for Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn and TikTok on the Social Media Today article. But I want to start with the panel first. Katie, a post a day. You're posting nonstop on the Move Me to Texas brand. And then also, what's your new Instagram called again?
Houston Unlocked.
Houston Unlocked. What is your posting timing like? Do you post at a specific time of day on Instagram or other social platforms, or are you just throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks?
I am throwing shit against the wall to see if it sticks. No, I try to get it done before 8 a.m. just so that, people, when they're scrolling either on their commute or at work kind of thing. And then it gives me more time to be able to respond to comments throughout the day. But if otherwise, it's just kind of when I can.
Okay, morning poster. Matt, what about you? You're more quality over quantity, but is there a specific day or time that you choose? Because when you post these videos, these listing videos or these comedy videos, there's a lot more pressure on them for your account because you're not just posting nonstop content, right? So is there a specific day that you do this to make sure you maximize on that engagement?
Not a specific day, but I have a similar mindset to Katie to get it in the morning, although I want to get it when they're actually at work. So I'll post it like around 10 a.m. my time. And I guess I get the early commuters from LA, West Coast. And then my time, they're already settled in. They've been there for probably an hour, at the office for an hour, and they're ready to check
pull
out
the phone.
Yeah, and they're done with their day already.
Yeah. People definitely aren't commuting in LA at 7 a.m. By the way, they're mostly rolling out of bed around 9, 10. That's when traffic really picks up.
Oh, really?
Well, Matt has an entire strategy behind posting though. Like he's going live and he's doing all the comments and all the things before he posts.
Yeah, you juice the algo a little, right? Talk about that.
Yeah. I try and I DM a lot of people, just like not. I try and be genuine about it. I'm not just like, hey,
begging for engagement.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm about to post. Hey,
I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
Well, I mean, Katie, we have a group. Katie, Jason, you guys are in it. I do some, questionable things in that group, but no, I just DM people as I see things I like on their stories. It's a two-way street. We've talked about this a lot. Social media is a two-way street. When I see something I like, I say, hey, great job. I like that. That's awesome. Cool. I like this too. And then I go live a lot, like Katie said, after I post a video, because when you go live, as we all know, if you listen to this show, if someone comes on your live, even if they click it by accident, which a lot of people do when Katie goes live,
it's the only reason.
Their content will automatically start coming up near the top. So you want to do that.
Exactly. The live post session, always a good idea. Jason, what about yourself? Are you posting at specific times when you post once every 3 weeks?
Yeah, once every 3 weeks on a random Thursday. I always post between 3 and 6 p.m. my time because that's when my insights day are the busiest on there. Yeah. So I always, but like that being said, I mean, I think the algorithm knows now, right? It matters less and less. I think that the way it gets served, that it doesn't, I mean, like if you look at my hours, like between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. is basically the same. Like it's a little higher between 3 and 6, but for the most part, it's basically the same.
All right. Well, everybody listening, I have the data right here. Let me know in the comments first what time you specifically post on Instagram. You ready for this, Katie?
And by the way, hold on. Yes. No one has this data, but it's only you.
Correct. This is straight from Adam Mosseri, the Instagram CEO himself.
Gatekeeping.
You can't Google it.
According to Hootsuite's research, the best times to post on Instagram are between 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday, between 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. on Tuesday. So, Katie, you're hitting that. Between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Tuesday, so the afternoon commuters. So maybe as you're getting to work, as you're leaving work, and then between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Thursdays. Notice Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not included in the best time to post. I have seen that when I post content on Fridays, especially if I'm giving a call to action or using a mini chat or trying to get someone to sign up to a webinar or something like that, nobody engages with it because everyone's checked out a little bit Friday afternoon. So if you have a big listing video, if you have a big green screen that Katie posts, don't do it on Friday afternoon.
I've never posted on Friday and Saturday for that reason, just because I know people are going to start to like check out and stuff like that. I've started to like theorize that maybe Sunday night might be a good window, but I haven't tested it yet. I'm scared to test it. But like if you think about Prestige TV, Succession, White Lotus, all these shows are coming on Sunday night, and I think that they realize that like Sunday night people are kind of like chilling and like kind of just relaxing and checking out. And I mean, think about my own. I scroll a lot on Sunday night. So I do have a theory, but
watching those TV shows.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jason, I'm definitely going to watch your content over White Lotus this Sunday.
You're not just competing. Then they go and they lay down and they sit on the couch when White Lotus is over and they scroll.
Severance or Jason Cassidy saying, comment what market you're in on the notes section.
We talk about balloon mortgages.
That's a tough one for me. Facebook's a little different. Let me just get through these real quick. Between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. Tuesday to Friday on Facebook. LinkedIn, Tuesday morning, Thursday evening, and early Friday are the best. And then X doesn't really matter. TikTok sees more afternoon engagement. So there's the breakdown for you. Again, let us know in the comments when you post. Go ahead, Matt.
Instagram, I agree with obviously I'm doing it wrong because I'm doing it at 10 and 11. That was the only times you didn't say. But I find on the weekends, my stories pop like almost always. My stories get more views on the weekends than they ever do during the week.
Yeah. That's because people want to see what people are doing on the weekends. You want to see people out partying. Yeah. That's when people are posting more stories, at least our friends. Like I consume way more story content on the weekends than feed content for sure. All right. Topic number 2. Houston Unlocked. Katie Day has put together an absolute masterclass on how to grow an account from 0 to 8,000 followers since December. So Katie, let me start off with this, and then I have 3 videos I want to play of yours. Why did you start a new account, a hyperlocal account, when you already have the Move Me to Texas brand? What was the reason for that shift?
So I would say for 95% of real estate agents, they should not start another account, right?
Okay.
But basically, over time, on doing things like this, speaking at events, and different stuff in real estate, my following has decreased in Houston and increased as far as other agents. And so, where I used to have like a 15% of my followers on Moving to Texas were in Texas and in Houston, now it's like 8 to 10%, right? And so, I knew if I created a hyper local account, and then Matt sees that video, he doesn't watch my content anyways, but he definitely wouldn't watch something about Houston, right? So I would want to make sure I wanted to make sure that I was targeting just Houston people. And so as we've been joking around, like we've been talking about, and I coach agents on this stuff all the time, I was like, well, like, let's see if this works. If I start a new account, what can I do if I'm only posting Houston information? And the Houston Unlocked channel has 50% in Houston proper and then about 10% in the suburbs. So I'm sitting at about 60 and change percent of local followers.
That's amazing. And it's an absolute masterclass on hyperlocal content. Follow at Houston Unlock right now so you could get inspiration.
No, don't. She just said that.
You're right.
Don't do that.
Unless you're in Houston.
Yeah.
Unless you're in Houston.
Just look at it. Just
go
look
at
at
it
Houston.
again.
No, it's I collab with Moving to Texas. So like if you
Okay.
already follow me on Moving to Texas, you're probably already seeing these posts. I mean, you can follow it. It just, the algorithms and whatever, I'm trying to preserve them, but it's all good.
And it seems like algorithms are favoring smaller accounts now as well. So if you are just starting an account, I think just like a TikTok or whatever, I think it kind of pushes you a little bit more because they want to influence you to keep posting. So they're going to possibly give you a little bit more algorithmic juice there. What's your content strategy with the account? Do you have specific buckets? Is it news? Is it restaurants? Like, how do you cover everything in Houston?
Yeah. So, I mean, the first part is like consuming the news, right? So reading all of the different websites. I have Google Alert set up. I use Newsbreak. I use a lot of the different things that a lot of our friends are using, doing similar local content. And then as far as buckets, it's mainly like news stuff, developments, and both commercial and residential developments, and things like that. And then restaurants, bars, and then the last is kind of just like a free for all of like anything else that may be of interest to people if they live or are planning on moving to the greater Houston area.
And we have one of those new development videos. Let's play one of these and react to it, because I looked at your engagement, Katie. Some of these videos have like 5,000, 6,000 likes.
They're crushing.
Some of them are wild, yeah.
Yeah.
Tesla is bringing a massive new battery factory to Waller County in Brookshire, just west of Houston. The electric vehicle giant is set to create 1,500 jobs as it expands its megapack battery production, converting 1 million square feet at Empire West Business Park and adding a new 600,000 square foot manufacturing facility. These large-scale batteries help store solar and wind energy, making power grids more efficient. With a tax abatement deal approved by Waller County, Tesla will invest millions into facility upgrades and equipment, further solidifying Texas as a major hub for its energy and EV operations. What do you think about Tesla's expansion to the Houston area? Let me know in the comments.
Can you please get a microphone? Jesus.
Well, and that one, like, so, and then I did some with the mic, but then it wasn't plugged in all the way. So I'm like holding a mic, but it was still,
I'm just joking. I'm a huge fan. I love everything about this. Great video.
Well, clearly not everything.
Great. Yeah,
clearly not.
He's got a
It's
microphone.
fine.
There's three things.
He's side texting me right now, being mean. But
This video, so you have 3 different segments on the green screen. So you have 3 different pictures. What's the rationality behind that? I haven't really seen that before, but I've seen it start to pick up in the real estate space. So is that just to keep people's attention, and why not just the article?
yeah, I mean, so I think for the article, like, you have like the decision of like, do I scroll and green screen the article, or do I just have the screenshot of it? And like oftentimes like just the headline isn't that compelling, right? And so I wanted and this is me just being OCD, I wanted the text on the screen to be the same font as my logo, right? And then I wanted it to be black and white like our signs are and our logo is. So it's like not necessarily something that people, like an average consumer, would notice, but like for me, from like a brand perspective, I wanted to keep it kind of cohesive across Moving to Texas and Houston Unlocked. And then, yeah, it's just a little bit more interesting. Like Rick Lee does a really good job of like having the article like scrolling on the screen behind him at an angle and stuff. And like, the man owns a production company. So like for me, creating a 3-part graphic grid in Canva is super easy to do. and is slightly more interesting than just a screenshot of an article.
Yeah, I like that. It keeps the eye's attention. And are you scripting these out and reading something, or are you just winging it for 40 seconds?
Well, that's why this Tesla one, like, it's so cringy to me, because like I paused because I was like, what does that say? And I didn't cut out the pause, So it's like when I watch it back, I'm like, God, this video is terrible. And
that's
obviously
the one.
the audio that Jason hates is also not so great. But yeah, I'll either just kind of do it, or if it's a really, really long article, I'll drop it into Chat GPT and ask for a 1-paragraph video script. And like in the beginning, I had to kind of like retrain it, like, no, don't use this. These words are too fluffy. Never use this word, kind of thing. And then still, like, if I use Chat GPT to give me a script, I normally will edit it some before I actually say it, because like it's normally a little too wordy for my liking.
And did you notice the trend jack in there, fellas? What's the biggest trend jack about that video?
About the Tesla video?
Yes.
Is that she was keying Cybertrucks in it?
Yes, exactly. She was popping the tires of Cybertruck. No, I mean, Tesla's obviously huge in the news right now. Elon, Tesla. So anytime you could trend jack off of that, even if it's hyper local, that's obviously going to increase the
That was the
engagement.
first thing I thought. Like when I saw it, I was like, I want to see the comments.
No, the comments are wild. It's like people love Elon, hate Elon, love Donald Trump, hate him. Like people are like talking about who they voted for. I'm like, this has nothing to do, and it's like, yeah.
How much time do you spend on this? Obviously, because you're a team leader in Houston as well. We've always talked about people doing hyper-local stuff, but no one's really executed it, other than maybe Ken and Alyssa and a few others. And then all of a sudden now you've got this new account that's popping. How much time do you dedicate maybe per week?
I would say all in all, probably like 3 hours. Like, I mean, because obviously like consuming content, figuring out which ones I'm going to do, and then shooting and editing. But like the edit process now is super quick. So like if I have 5 videos that each take, 3 to 5 minutes to record, then, dropping them in Canva and CapCut and doing the edit now is like super fast for me.
That's good.
There's another video I want to play, and it is of a zoo or something closing in Houston. And this one got a ton of action as well. But this is just to show that it's not always about like the national headline Tesla trend jack. Like this is very specific Houston.
This is zoo trend jacking. I like it.
Exactly. Trend jacking off of a giraffe here.
Changes are coming to the Houston Zoo as one of its oldest and most beloved exhibits is closing this spring. After 60 years, the Cruz Natural Encounters building will shut its doors on March 23rd due to aging infrastructure that no longer meets the needs of its animals. This exhibit has been a favorite for generations, offering people a chance to explore rainforests, coral reefs, and desert landscapes all under one roof. The zoo hasn't announced what's next for this space, but for now, visitors have a few more weeks to say goodbye to this iconic part of Houston's wildlife history. What do you think about this change at the zoo, and what would you like to see move in here? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.
Simple call to action, just asking one question at the end. I saw one comment in there that had like 440 likes, and then looked that video itself had 7,500 likes. So this is hitting such an enormous, like you're going viral in Houston with these videos. What is the connection between real estate leads and this account? Are you seeing people kind of pour in and say, oh, she's also a real estate agent? Like, do people even know who you are on this account yet?
Yeah. So funny enough, like over the past few weeks, the like seeing you everywhere kind of thing, like I had someone that was like, hey, you do real estate, right? Like at the Children's Museum when I was there for my kid's birthday party last month. And then like my husband was wearing a Move Me to Texas shirt at the park the other day, and someone like walked up and was like, hey, is your wife Katie? Like, are you in real estate? And he's like, yeah, I am, kind of thing. But so the recognition is there, but for the trying to get real estate leads, like we've started to do polls on the story of just like kind of trivial stuff right now. And so like, I went to the rodeo yesterday, which is a big event here in Houston, and I did a little quick video collage of the different food vendors at the carnival. And I was like, hey, like, what's your favorite food? Have you been to the rodeo? Were my 2 polls and questions. And so now I'm like DMing people from that, because I kind of want to get them used to, reacting to the story. And then I'll start adding in the more real estate type stuff, like, oh, hey, I'm going on a listing appointment type stuff, or the Chris Benjamin green screen videos, or different things like that, to where it's like more of a sell. But like similar to Ken's Orlando reel, like he didn't just jump out day one being like, this is sponsored by the Posick Group and I'm a real estate agent. Like that was like a long-term build. And so I don't want to just completely like do away with whatever trust I might have now. So it's definitely a longer play to jump into real estate.
This seems very much like that Facebook movie where they were trying to sell ads a little bit too early. She's like, no, we've got something cool here. You know what I mean? You need to build it up still a little bit. If you just started all of a sudden right hooking, move me to Texas out of the gate, you could lose some of the clout you're building.
But 99% of the videos I am wearing a Move Me to Texas shirt. Like I shot some the other day in a real shirt just because I was like, I didn't have the ability to change. I didn't have another shirt with me. But like I'll change my shirt, shoot 3 videos, and then put my outfit back on that I had on.
Little subtle branding there. I like it. And the movie is called Social Network, Jason.
I was just going to say that. The
Facebook movie?
Yeah. The Lego movie? What's going on here?
The Lego movie's
Whatever.
good.
You guys knew what I was talking about, though, didn't you?
Exactly. But same thing with Broke Agent brand. You know, Matt and I, when building Broke Agent and BAM, like early stages too, we didn't just come out with like ads or selling anything. Like I built this brand for 10 years before we started even pushing BAMX or sponsors or anything like that, because you do have to build that trust. If Katie's first 5 posts on Houston Unlocked were real estate, or hey, I'm Katie Day, I sell real estate in the Houston area, no one would care. But she's building that trust. And then I like the story route too. So you're just starting those conversations, familiarizing yourself with these followers. And Matt always talks about this too. Like if you see someone wearing a band shirt or you see someone and their stories and you actually start a personal conversation with them, then down the road, when that real estate pitch happens where they are looking to buy or sell, you could hit them on that specific touch point.
Well, and I'd say for the first 1,000 followers, I DM'd everyone and said like, hey, thanks so much for following. Like, you know, physically hand type them out, you know, and if you ever need anything, let us know. Like if you ever see any news stories you think we should report on, let me know. But then like as it started to pick up steam, it just wasn't, I'd hop on and there'd be 100 new follows. It just wasn't something that was a sustainable thing. And I didn't want to do like an automated one and get, you know, flagged.
You didn't pull the Ed Stulak and send them a personal insane video of you lifting biceps to them?
No, I didn't.
We get it though. You got too big, and you know you forgot about your fans. So
exactly. After 1,000 followers.
Yeah, after 1,000 followers, you say, you know what? Screw them.
They're just numbers at this point.
Yeah.
One more video, Katie, and then we're going to get to Matt's listing video, because this is about a food haul. I just want to show people the versatility here. So you covered a Tesla story, new development. There was a zoo shutting down, and now there's a new food hall that opened up. And the engagement is equally impressive on all these videos.
Katie's highly anticipated new food hall is finally open. The Katie Food Hall at 806 Katie Fort Bend Road brings together 3 of Houston's favorite food concepts under one roof: Maine Bird, Dripped Birria, and Bun Slut. The idea behind the food hall was to bring a fresh late-night dining experience to the Katy community, staying open daily from 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. With trendy vibes and Instagram-worthy neon signs, this food hall is set to be one of Katy's newest foodie hotspots. Will you be checking it out? Let me know in the comments.
Keep that up and just keep it on silent. There's something I noticed in your caption that I haven't seen a lot of people do. It says, with an arrow right below the first line of the caption, it says, follow Houston Unlocked for more Houston news and development updates like these. So are you picking up more? Because I'm sure a lot of people are just scrolling these and seeing them kind of in your For You page, and then they click your caption. Are they following you from the caption, you think?
I think some are, right? I mean, because you see that like for a lot of the creators where it's like, follow Matt Leona, you know, over and over again in the caption. So it's like a block that catches people's eyes. You know, similar to having one call to action, I was like, rather than trying to build the email list or get them to do this or do that, like I just want to try to get the follows for now. And then like as time goes on, I might adjust that. But like I think almost every single one of the posts has that as the CTA in the caption.
I like that. Well, it reinstates what the account is about too, for, you know, Houston news and everything like that. So throw this video a like if you're getting good, valuable information from Katie. And again, don't follow Houston Unlocked, but make sure you go check this out so you could replicate this in your market.
Great job.
That's right. And let's throw it to our sponsor, Eric.
Yeah, let's throw it to our sponsor. That's exactly what I was going to do, Matt. I mean, an amazing transition. If you're looking to stand out like Katie, reminder, Media is a resource you need to check out. You get your own branded print and digital magazines, email newsletters, and social media content. Reminder delivers these resources to your contacts on autopilot, keeping you top of mind with your database. All you got to do is focus on your follow-up calls and watch repeat referrals in business come in. Check out the link below for Reminder Media. Now, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 2, but number 1 in our hearts.
Number 2, but number 1 in our hearts. Number 2, Derek Jeter, Matt Leonetti. This is a potential BAMI nomination. Matt, you posted a new video this week, and it was tugging at the heartstrings of viewers. Yep. Let's play it.
When Will you walk to school with me? Will you play with me? Will you promise to be friends with me forever?
Will you help me with this question?
You dance with me.
If I wrote you a song, if I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the
Will you go to prom with me?
better if I wrote you a poem? If I posted a letter?
Will you stay here with me?
Airport, please.
Is it maybe because I never knew quite where I was, and suddenly
Will you marry me?
Talk about bringing out the emotions in
Katie's
people.
crying, guys. If you're listening to this, she's
tears. I just can't. I can't
speechless.
even.
She's weeping.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to.
Kids are cheat codes in this. It just tugs on the heartstrings. Instant cheat codes.
Yeah.
So tell us about this, Matt.
Good
How'd you come up with this one, and how did you execute this?
Yeah. So this one, I had this idea again for a while, but you need some of these ideas to match with the home and like the charm of the home. This can't just be like a modern, built last year kind of home to tell this story. This one in particular in Toronto, I don't know if it's like this I know it probably is in LA, but school districts and stuff are really, really important. And like I'll have clients that actually like they need to be in this school district, and this school, the sign I actually showed of the school is a very, very well-known school that a lot of parents want their kids to go to. So I really wanted to highlight that as well. And like I said last time in all my videos, I look at what the demo is, who's most likely to move into this home. It's probably going to be, because of those schools. It's got a great junior school, the one I showed, and the high school's really good as well. It's probably going to be a family, with younger kids who want to this is their forever home until the kids move out. So I really wanted to get that. And then like everything, I, someone messaged me, one of the agents who has a listing a couple streets down. He's like, "Oh, you didn't show the house that much." I'm like, "Yeah, it's not like, that's not the point of it. It's like to grab the attention, and then I can take that attention and put it elsewhere." What I want with these is just like to get an emotion out of people and for people to be like, "Oh, that was really cool. Did you see that video? Did you see that?" Like, that's what I want out of this. And it's been working like a lot for all our videos.
Katie, what did you think of that video? I see you cackling over there.
It's great. I was just laughing. Like someone's like, "Oh, you didn't show much of the house," and Lena's like, "Plot twist! I'm not actually selling a house."
Yeah, just do it for fun.
Yeah.
No,
it's amazing.
You said this on, I think it was last time you were on, but like the intent is to tell the story, and you just use the house as the set. Right. And so like in this case, we have, photos and 3D tours and stuff like that to show off the house if you need to, but it's like, you're just trying to get eyeballs on the story of this, and then you can push it over to the house. So tell that guy a couple blocks over to step his game up.
No, yeah. But what I'll do with these is like, I have also my cinematographer. He's my photographer as well. So we'll have like the nice video, and then we get like our standard MLS photos that they're going to look like, just look standard MLS photos. But then I also get them to do 5 to 10 vertical, more moody photos, and they really stand out. So after that video, I'll actually post like the listing, the price, how many beds, how many baths, and then like I'll do like a series of the photos, and like the 1-2 punch of that has been really, really good. And the photos just look different because when you see a photo that's horizontal and they're just like, little boxes and there's still so much room on your story, when you just, tell them to shoot it vertical, it doesn't cost any more money. Just get a couple photos vertically and then it looks so much better.
These are one of the few listing videos that you watch where you really actually feel something. And anytime you're creating content, you want the other person to feel something, whether they're getting new information about a Katie food house or a Katie's whatever food market that was, or they're getting emotion of anger or joy with Tesla, or it's new information, or with the Broke Agent video, they're laughing, or with the Jason Cassidy video, they're getting angry, right? So basically, you want to feel something. So whenever you're rewatching your content to figure out if you should post it or not, you want to think about the person on the other end of the phone. Are they feeling something? Are they getting new information? Or is it something where they're just going to not do anything with it and swipe by? So these are so good at capturing attention and telling those stories. And so you had to hire kid actors for this, right?
Yeah.
Was that hard to do?
Yes, very. That actually, if people have been following me for a while, the little girl is the little girl in Benny. So yeah, the mom wants to get them into acting. And so, we got some kids that it's hard to cast. The actors in this one, actually Selena, the older girl, she's with Real now, in Ottawa. She's, so she's awesome. And she's done a bunch of, Hallmark movies.
Oh, nice.
And Hallmark movies are my favorite. So
what's a Hallmark movie?
What?
Name a Hallmark movie.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
What is a Hallmark movie? Yes.
A Bride for Christmas.
Never seen it.
That's my favorite one.
Have you seen any of these?
I thought
I named one.
I'm not joking. I've heard the term. I've heard the term Hallmark movie, but I don't know what movie is a Hallmark
movie, and you correct me and say it's called Social Network. But then when we say Hallmark movies, you have no idea what that means.
Tell me what it is then.
I thought that he was just trying to get Matt to say one, and then Matt actually said a movie. So now I'm like,
but I've never heard of this movie.
I've never 2015.
I've never heard of that movie. Have you guys?
Every movie's the same. That's kind of the whole thing. The Hallmark movies are all the same. It's like a girl gets a career in New York and comes back home and she visits, and it's her ex-boyfriend who's like, it's a rundown town, but then he actually is rich, and so she leaves her career and then she moves in with him, and it's like happily ever after. You've never seen
Where do you watch these? Hallmark
Channel.
On Hallmark Channel.
Okay, I've never seen them.
Psychopath. Anyways,
they have parodies of these on TikTok.
Yeah,
Eric, where it's like funny,
I did a parody of it. Hallmark for Christmas.
You don't remember Matt's Christmas one from like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
I have a technical question about the Bammys. Is it truly an award when all of the nominations are just Matt Leonetti?
Just Matt.
Listen.
Well, look,
it's like Benny.
It's a democratic system. Matt did get nominated 50 times, and we did live voting on the Bammys. So yes, if it's Matt every time, then it happens to be Matt every time. We've had movies sweep the Oscars before. I certainly haven't seen a Hallmark movie in them. Titanic.
Yeah.
Not a Hallmark movie.
Parasite. These movies swept the Oscars.
Okay, well, Selena was also in Hot Frosty, the Netflix original.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah, Selena Gomez.
No.
Sure.
Selena the actor in Lee.
From Ottawa.
Okay.
From Ottawa.
Let us know in the comments if you've heard of these Hallmark movies. I mean, again, I know they exist.
You are in the minority here.
Yeah,
okay,
you're definitely the minority.
You're not going to get 200 likes on this video, but you're going to get 200 people commenting that they know about Hallmark.
This video right now, if you think that Eric is ridiculous for not understanding what a Hallmark movie is.
This is going to set the record.
Maybe it has something to do with my deep Judaism that my parents never showed me the Hallmark Channel. Maybe there wasn't any Hanukkah.
They have
movies
Home for Hanukkah is in there, I'm sure.
100%.
Interesting.
8 crazy.
They're all inclusive.
Name another Hanukkah movie.
8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Sure, that's a movie.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah.
So that's an amazing listing video here from Matt Leonetti. Seriously, really tugged at the heartstrings. You're changing the game every single time you post one of these. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Your pivot or evolution from just comedy videos to intertwining comedy videos plus these amazing listing videos has just made your brand just that much more incredible. So it's really cool to see, and it takes guts to switch like that too, because if your audience, like Katie's audience, on Move Me to Texas, you said probably wouldn't want all the Houston stuff because now it's a lot of agents and everything. It's hard to make these pivots. But if you never make these pivots and you never experiment with different content, you're never going to know how you could hit that next level.
The innovator's dilemma, Eric. The innovator's dilemma.
Exactly.
It's time to change. Time to pivot.
You really need to know that because we've all seen these people who are like, they have the consistency down, but it's not working, but they don't know how to pivot. And I think for everyone on here right now, like none of us are like extraordinary people. I try and like, well, Eric will say otherwise, but no, but we're not extraordinary people. What we're all really good at is just executing. We have an idea and we execute it, and that's it. And then if we execute it and it doesn't work how we want, then we pivot. We go back to the drawing board and figure out how we can execute it again better. Most people never even get to the execution. And a lot of people will. That was
good. That's a good thing. You're not trying to get your head chopped
clip
off.
That, Haley.
Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, that's the clip. But people, I'll take a lot of calls with people and they'll laugh about it. Like, yeah, I'm an idea person and I never get, I never actually do any of the ideas. And I'm like, well, that's like a big problem in your, like, whether it's content or whatever you're doing. Like, you need to do it. Like, that's the main part.
Ideas are shit. Execution is everything.
It's everything. So many people will be like, hey, I had this idea 3 years ago. I was like, okay.
Yeah, well, you didn't do it 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. By the way, if you want to be in a community that straight up, get that off my screen, especially when I'm talking about this. If you want to be in a community, no, do not answer that.
Hold that up again. Hold that up again.
Please don't. No, this is ruining the walkthrough episode right now.
You're good. You're good.
Great. Fantastic. Katie got her screenshot. If you want to be in a community that actually does know how to execute and pivot, join BAMX today. Every single week, you get social media templates, video scripts, email blogs. You get video scripts delivered to your inbox every Friday about timely content. We have March Madness content coming out tomorrow for our members, plus office hours, plus Chris Benjamin just rolled his Sold by Social school into our community. So hit the link below and join in the description. Price is going up next month, by the way. So get in there right now. All right. Any final thoughts here, Katie? Anything you want to say? Any final advice for the crowd, your avid followers, for social media marketing content that you see happening here in the first quarter of 2025? What do you see?
I'm going to follow Matt's lead on execution.
Okay.
Quit thinking about what you should do. I have the same conversations as Matt. Like, go get shit done, go shoot the videos, and pivot if it doesn't work.
Just do it, as they say at Adidas, right, Jason?
No.
All right, Matt, any final words? Final thoughts? Anything you want to say? Any grievances you have with the industry?
I'll add on to that first. First is if you feel like you can't get your idea to the next level and actually do it, what I'll say is hold yourself accountable. Find someone to hold yourself accountable. So be like, I have to film these 5 videos. Call your broker. Call someone in your office. Call anyone that you actually have to leave your house and go do it on this day. A lot of times with my videos, the idea is not fully done yet, but I'll call my cinematographer. I'm like, hey, we're going this day, and I need to get it done by that day. So it puts pressure on you, and a lot of people are now kind of waiting for me to do it. So just do that.
Very smart. I like that. Yeah. That's actually a clip. That's actually a clip. Yeah. The idea of having someone to help you through the creative process and to put that pressure on you. Because if you just say, I'm going to make 5 videos per week, and then it's only up to you, you're probably not going to do it.
Yeah. As soon as you have that accountability, you don't want to look like an ass in front of them.
Exactly.
So,
Jason, March Madness, who's going to win?
Duke.
That's who I have also.
Ooh.
Cooper Flag. You can't take down a generational talent like that.
I agree. I saw Duke.
The bigger
live.
Question is Arizona going to even beat Akron?
They'll beat Akron. They'll squeak by Oregon or Liberty, and then they'll lose by 15 to Duke.
You're optimistic. I think
Houston, Katie, talk about Houston content. Houston is in the tournament. They're number 1 seed. You going to talk about them at all for content? A little March Madness content that you could get in BAMX? You going to mention them?
Maybe.
The Cougars? No.
The Cougs.
Houston,
sounds like a no. She
Gonzaga,
does not care.
Second round's going to be a good game.
Next time I'm on this show, by the way, which will be soon. Bring someone that I can fight with, please.
Mm-hmm. You want a debate style like Brooks versus us?
Yes. So in the comments, even let me know someone who you don't think I'll jive with, and I really want to debate someone.
Are you just
You're saying fight with your words?
Yeah, I'm picking a fight with anyone.
If we physically fought, I would beat your ass.
Me?
So, yeah.
Ooh,
okay.
I
would
do
DDT you through a table.
I am not scared of you, Leonetti.
Congratulations, by the way. Katie just finished 75 hard yesterday.
Wow, you guys are always doing enough with 75 hard.
Trust me.
We'll have a real estate.
We all know she finished 75 hard.
Yeah, the entire world knows. I mean, how many times can you possibly finish 75 hard?
I've done it twice.
Is it? Yeah, it doesn't seem that hard anymore.
5,000 hard. Exactly. We should call it 75 easy at this point. Every single person at Real 75 hard, 75 hard.
No, I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't do 75 hard, and I don't wear sneakers.
Yeah, good. Stay that way.
That's why
you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you throw it a like. Let's get this to 200, please. Get it to 200. You want to Zoom with Jason and I? You want us to come to your office? You want us to?
That's not going to get any likes.
Yeah, that's why we're not getting
200. I had something.
200 likes, and I'll physically fight somebody at EXP.
200 likes.
200 likes, and Matt Leonetti and I will box.
Exactly.
At Rise.
We'll see you next week on the walkthrough.